Agnes,
Aunt Lydia?
come along.
The fuck?
It's a chilly night.
I thought Aunt Lydia was in her dream, and I was like, why the fuck is Aunt Lydia in her dream? Still don't know what the fuck's going on, but holy shit.
You welcome us, won't you?
Hey. Oh, hey.
Nice to meet you.
Hello everyone, this is Venus Brown, and I am back with another episode of The Testaments. This is episode 2, called Perfect Teeth. Now, I saw an image for this episode when I was looking up the name of it, and Daisy is in one of those mouth masks that covers up your mouth so that you cannot talk. So I am guessing whether Agnes told on her or not, somebody found out that she was swearing. Oh, this show is not for the light of heart, neither is The Handmaid's Tale. Maybe I had some delusional idea in my head that because this was teenagers, it would be a little bit lighter. It is a little bit lighter, but it certainly has its moments that I'm like, oh my god, what in the hell? I knew I'd be getting kicked in the gut. I just wasn't expecting it this early. Really wasn't. Now, I've had a couple days to digest, to watch a couple people's reviews, to look up a little bit, watch some content, edit a little bit of my first video. It is not done, but it's getting there. And there are some things that I've been thinking about. The guy that got his arm cut off, I thought was Garth. I don't think he's Garth. I saw somewhere that Garth was supposed to be a commander or something. If it's the person that I've been seeing pictures of, they don't seem to be dressed like a commander, but I don't know. We'll find out later. Who knows? And I don't know who the guy was that got his arm cut off, but it was still fucked up for a bunch of teenagers. And the idea that Daisy's gonna get punished, likely, for what happened, because she had a normal response to something really fucking awful, scary, and traumatic. That sucks. And yeah, all these other girls, they had a completely different response. But being that they have been living in Gilead all this time, they're exposed to this kind of shit. They are living in high stress all the time. I think their responses are completely normal. They're in bad situations. And at least one of them, if it goes along with the book at all, is dealing with a particular situation that it makes total sense that she's responding the way she is. But another thing that I've been thinking about is what if they switch the storyline? What if they give her storyline to somebody else? I really hope they do not do that. I really hope that Shunammite gets her own storyline that she has in the book. And I really hope that Becca gets her own storyline that she has in the book. But for a little while, I thought, what if they switch them? What if they give their storylines to somebody else? I really hope they don't do that, but I know they could. I expect that they will change some things around, just like they've been changing some things around. Some of the stuff that happens a little bit different than what it does. Some of it happens to different people or in different ways. That's okay. That's not that big a deal. It's when it's something really big that they change in a dramatic way that I really don't want them to do. I really, really don't. I was thinking about Paula because some of the people were saying that Paula was not as bad as Serena, for example, that she wasn't as bad as they figured she'd be, according to how the books portray her. But even if you think about Serena, early on, we didn't really know a lot about her. If you judged her from that first interaction that we saw between her and June, you would think she was rude, maybe a little jealous, that she's harsh. But you wouldn't have any clue that she's as fucking awful and as much of a monster as she really was. And even in the books, she doesn't come across that awful until a little later. So my thoughts are, give it time. I suspect things are going to get worse. You're going to see more and more underhanded comments, fucked up shit. Like her comment that she made about the Martha that had gotten her tongue removed. That, oh God, the last one was such a chatty Kathy and this one was so much better. That's fucking disturbing. but she seems the type of person that this is the way she's going to behave. This is the kind of comment that she's going to make about people. And then again, with the other Martha, Martha's leg has been bothering her, and she goes and makes this comment about when she was a kid and she rode horses. If the horse was lame, her dad would have shot it and put it down. Seriously, this is not a horse, it's a human being. Even if it was a horse, it's still kind of fucked up. I've always had a little bit of a problem with this idea that you think that it is more merciful to kill an animal whose leg is injured rather than find another use for it. Little kid that wants a freaking pony or something. Somebody that wants something to take care of. There's things that you could do. They might not be your ideal racehorse or anything like that. Nobody should be riding on them. But should that really entail that you need to kill them to have mercy on them? But I know that's my own personal belief, and a lot of people believe completely differently. Still, we are not talking about a horse. We are not talking about a pet or a wild animal or anything like that. We are talking about a human being, which, yes, is an animal, but it is still not the same as a horse. And it's your own freaking species. Like, you're going to seriously have that attitude about your own species. There are so many things that people can do with a wounded or injured leg. But according to the books, one of the things that the Marthas talked about is how they would keep things to themselves about their injuries and their sickness and all of that, because they knew that if the wife got wind of it, they could have her sent away to who knows where. Because those older Marthas that weren't doing too well, you didn't see them anymore. They were sent somewhere. Were they sent to be shot? Were they sent to the colonies? Were they sent somewhere else? I don't know, but Gilead doesn't have a good track record of dealing with people that aren't of use to them anymore. And being that Gilead treats all women like they are only allowed to do a very small handful of jobs with very, very narrow criteria of whether you even qualify to do that job, it's not promising. And especially, like I said, when they don't know where these old women go, they don't see them again. Fucking scary. Anyway, I think it's time for us to get started with the episode.
The aunts told us lots of girls never blossom because they're disobedient and prideful.
God.
Getting your period was like a stamp of approval. Why me? I was supposed to be ecstatic, and I was, but I was also scared to death.
As you should be. And, I mean, girls will get their periods eventually. They just might be late, but, they also might be early. Please keep that in mind. When you're thinking about this stuff, these girls become eligible to be married as soon as they're on their period. There are some girls that start early as like 10 years old.
Rosa? Rosa?
That's freaking horrible.
What on earth are you doing skulking around? Blessed morning, Mother. Going out for a morning ride?
It's too early for your manipulative nonsense. What are you doing?
I hate that shit. My mom used to say that I was manipulative too, when I wasn't trying to manipulate anything.
Mother, as he blessed Ruth and Leah, he has blessed me this day. By his hand he will make me fruitful.
Blessed be his miracle.
God.
Wait for me in the parlor.
Did she get rid of Rosa?
We're not telling fibs now, are we?
I wouldn't.
Welcome to the sacred calling of womanhood. There's a lot of tedious bother to the whole enterprise. These are called wings. They go beneath your underpants and snap shut, like this.
And I always preferred pads with wings as long as they were good. Unfortunately, a lot of them just bunch up and end up sticking to things they shouldn't.
I was scared my first time, too.
Thank you for your help.
It's a woman's duty to pass on this kind of wisdom. Of course, no one bothered to do it for me.
That's because women of our age had mothers that did not want to talk about that stuff.
Before she passed.
Which caused a lot of problems.
It's a cover for your pad.
Aww.
Thank you.
a little weird, but I mean, we do fancy underwear, so why not fancy pads? Especially if they're not disposable.
I came upon an enchanted castle. There are all these little girls locked up. I had a magic ring, had the power to save one little girl.
Oh, is that the one that was playing her on the previous Handmaid's Tale?
I chose you.
Is that how I'll get a baby?
You won't need to, sweetheart. You are going to have a baby grow inside your tummy.
Blessed morning. Agnes has blossomed. How do you feel?
A little sick to my stomach.
It's a blessing to feel your body's miracle.
That still remains that you might feel sick to your stomach, and crampy, and cranky, and sore and achy.
And I'll enlist Dr. Grove for the teeth whitening. We need to make her as appealing as possible.
That's where they're calling it perfect teeth. Oh, yeah.
How about some coffee? Isn't that what women drink?
Yes, please.
Have you ever had it? Because, I mean, I like coffee, but some people really don't like it, so.
Your mother would be so proud of you.
Rosa took care of Tabitha when she was dying.
I heard they're redistricting.
Special day. Under his eye, sweetie pie.
Under his eye, Rosa. Would people notice the difference? That I was a woman now? Was it something you could sense?
Not really, no. You might smell it, though, but.
Blessed day.
Like a guardian walking past you in the summer heat.
I really need to look him up, unless they just say his name, because I heard from somewhere that Garth was a commander, and I was thinking that was Garth, and that is not a commander.
Blessed day, Miss Agnes.
Blessed day, have you seen Becca?
No, I'm sorry. I was praying while I waited for you.
You don't have to do that. Just go inside like a normal person.
Aunt Lydia said I should stay with you.
You can't come.
Is this about yesterday?
I hope she doesn't end up
Aunt Gabbana?
giving herself away. Because she thinks that Agnes ratted her out or something. And I hope she doesn't get Agnes in trouble because she thinks that that's what this is about.
Oh, blessed day, girls! Up, let's go! Girls, up! Someone's been blessed! Let's go!
Do they have to do it a certain number of times? Or is she just that excited? I mean, I could see why they'd be excited when they make such a big stink about it, but it's still really fucking scary and it really fucking sucks. And especially knowing the shit that they put these girls through.
Agnes Mackenzie, what a day this is.
Aunt Vidala, as he blessed Ruth and Leah, he has blessed me this day. He has saved me from barrenness.
Your blessing is a blessing upon us all. Praise be.
Praise be, Agnes.
Take my meatloaf. You need iron and folic acid and bioflavonoids.
I'm stuffed, hold up.
And we're still not seeing Daisy, so I have a fucking bad feeling that that mask image that I saw is going to happen because of whatever it is that she told Aunt Gabbana.
You're so blessed.
Well, green means more work and dancing in public, and Agnes hates dancing in front of people. That could be a nightmare.
Shut up, Shu.
What crawled into your tights? My breasts have been feeling pretty sore. They look bigger, don't they? My father always said I was blessed in that department.
We need you in corrections.
Corrections were done in a separate part of the school. The aunt's wing.
What did she do?
I don't know. It smelled of certainty, if certainty had a smell.
She has admitted to using the Lord's name in vain. Agnes, Aunt Lydia entrusted you to guide this girl as you would your own child.
Oh my fucking god. And Daisy had problems not fitting in the book and cussing and getting out of line. It was the reason they put her with Agnes, from what I recall. At least that was the excuse.
You have been blessed with womanhood today. Is that a challenge you are ready for?
Yes, Aunt Vidala.
Teach your strained lamb. Get up!
She must pay for her sins, Aunt Vidala.
Pay for her sins! Pay for her sins!
Dirty words come from what?
A dirty girl.
Dirty girl! Dirty girl! Dirty girl! Dirty girl!
I'm ashamed of how much I miss it.
Dirty girl! Dirty girl! Dirty girl!
We understood power in rage. Teenage girls appreciate rage. In Gilead, as elsewhere.
You are nothing. A child of sinners and whores! She was there! And she heard my blasphemy!
Thank God. Just like with Janine. Same kind of shit. But you force this kind of behavior when you put people through this kind of shit for responding naturally to real events.
All right, friends. Time for cake.
Yeah, that's so friendly. Let's call each other friends.
Vessel unclean has no use in the service of the Lord. I expected more from you on your special day.
I heard the Marthas used rendered cow fat and fireplace ashes. When you got all up in my face, it was a lot.
Corrections are a lot for you. Assembly is a lot for you. Maybe serving God is just too much for you.
I really am sorry.
Why did you come here?
Not everyone has a home to go back to. A princess wouldn't get it. By His grace, I was granted a fresh start here in Gilead. Please give me a chance.
On this day of all days, I think you deserved every bit of that punishment.
Lovely to see you, Mrs. Mackenzie. Agnes will be just a moment.
Praise be.
No.
There are changes happening in your body and more on the way. Your prefrontal cortex is still developing, and all that estrogen pumping through your body will tempt you into impulsive decisions.
The aunts didn't teach us science. My prefrontal cortex had no idea what Paula was talking about.
Becca's gonna be thrilled you're agreeing now.
I'm glad we're in it together. There's a lot on her mind today.
She's less anxious around you. I mean, you've always been so mature for your age.
Thank you.
That's not what he means.
Can I get a size 2 bite wing, please? I hope this isn't too heavy for you. Imagine your breasts must be quite tender. You know, you really are getting to be a big girl, Agnes. And that's that. Still as you can be.
That's when I started having nightmares about my wedding night. About my husband, a dark bedroom, and then a smell. And then he was in front of me, but he had no face. I tried to run away, but he always caught up with me.
Wake up. Agnes,
Aunt Lydia?
come along.
The fuck?
It's a chilly night.
I thought Aunt Lydia was in her dream, and I was like, why the fuck is Aunt Lydia in her dream? Still don't know what the fuck's going on, but holy shit. Okay, I think I might know what's going on, because I saw another image somewhere on the internet that might have something to do with this. Yeah. that. That's some fucking freaky shit. It's like a goddamn Illuminati meeting or something. For a baptism. What the hell?
As this daughter of Gilead comes of age.
I take it so that she can't see which wives they are.
No easy feat. In you go, dear. Rub-a-dub-dub.
Rub-a-dub-dub. Oh my god.
We needn't look so far back to see the suffering of women. That's why Gilead was created. To bring women back to their rightful place. You join your sisters in this holy endeavor.
Okay. So apparently not trying to hide them, just waiting till the last minute. This isn't Game of Thrones. We're not trying to deal with the drowned gods here.
Jettison all that came before this moment and embrace your new role. May the generations born to your womb be worthy in his eyes.
Thought I was gonna drown in there.
I feel like I'm still drowning.
I thought you were mad.
No, I think she's traumatized. She doesn't know what to do.
I thought you didn't want me to be a green.
I didn't.
I don't think she wants anybody to be a green.
I didn't want this for either of us. I don't want a husband.
But what else would you do?
I don't know.
Get to leave everything behind. Do you think that's real?
What would you want to leave behind?
It will be great. Pushing strollers together. No aunts following us around.
That does sound nice.
All manner of things will be well. I'm freezing. Let's go home.
It's hard not to get teary-eyed because of knowing Becca's story. What is she doing? Matches. She's drawing floor plan, I think. Oh my god, I thought somebody grabbed her. She moved so fast, it looked like it happened at the same time the sound was, so I didn't think it was her moving her feet up. It's not that kind of show. It's dystopian, but it's not supposed to be a horror show, even though this is definitely horror in a matter of speaking. Lord have mercy. Who is next to her? It's not a horror show. Are you sure? I'm starting to think it is.
It made no sense to say you didn't want to get married. It was going to happen. Want had nothing to do with it. There were things to be wanted, even in Gilead, even if there were consequences.
Pray, you know smoking is not allowed, right?
Yes, Miss Agnes. My apologies. Congratulations on your initiation.
Thank you.
Better get inside, Miss Agnes.
Sometimes you couldn't help but want.
Sometimes you couldn't help but want.
Even if you tried your best to stop it.
Your father is home. He'll be pleased to hear of your development. He's in the parlor.
Blessed morning, Angel.
This is just weird and creepy. Oh, God. Ew, the eyes just crawling all over her. It's so gross. They're so old.
As he blessed Ruth and Leah, he has blessed me this day. As he answered the prayers,
I would get so tired of saying that same fucking shit.
he has saved me.
I know he will.
The fuck?
Blessed be the fruit, Agnes.
May the Lord open, Daddy.
Okay, something's wrong. Okay, the end of my episode was messed up for some reason, so I couldn't tell exactly what her Gilead dad said to her. That was weird. Alright, so just talk about a couple things without trying to be too spoilery. But the situation with Agnes and that dentist is not a one-off. It wasn't her freaking out too much over him just grazing her breasts. This is something that he has done repeatedly to other girls. That's as far as I'm going to go with that. Now, the Pearl girl that saw Daisy, I really, really hope she doesn't rat Daisy out, but I suspect she will. I know in the book, she gets in trouble several times. I mean, from what I remember, though, in the book, she was in trouble for something she did or said that precipitated Aunt Lydia's idea to have her pair up with one of the Plums. So, now Aunt Lydia has other ideas in mind because she's the mastermind behind a bunch of stuff, but she's not telling anybody that. She's not going to be sharing that with people, at least not right now. It's just that Aunt Lydia's operating a bunch of fronts, and she has to operate the roles that she has in Gilead that everybody knows she has without getting herself caught and getting herself in trouble. So some of the things she is doing, she has to keep under wraps. She can't talk about it. I don't think Daisy knows. I don't think Agnes knows. I don't think any of them know. Not yet. But I think Aunt Lydia's reasoning, if I remember correctly, for putting her with Agnes was to try to help them work together so that she would be able to fit in long enough to do some of the things that she wanted to do. Now, Becca, you can see she has not been right. You can see that she has obviously not been excited about this marriage thing. And she said that she does not want to get married. And I think I heard somebody suggest that, like, is she queer or something? Is she bisexual or gay or something like that? I think she has been traumatized to a point that the idea of being with a man at all is fucking terrifying. But I also think that nobody else really knows. And yes, this is coming from the book, but that's as much as I'm going to say. It's just, even without the book, you can see that she's gone through some kind of trauma. That there is something stopping her from having any desire to get married. And that's why she doesn't want her or Agnes to be agreeing to be on the marriage market, because she's just fucking terrified and she's traumatized. Anyway, I should stop. I think I've said enough, hopefully without giving too many spoilers or giving too much spoilery information. Just something I felt like I needed to say, that I needed to talk about, because, ugh. Especially as, like, teary-eyed as I've been getting and stuff like that, because I know some of the things that are coming, especially if they stick with the story, and it sounds like they are going to. So anyway, that's all I got for you this week. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Is there more? We'll just have to tune in next week to find out, won't we?
And remember, if you like this content, please click the thumbs up. And if you want to see more content, click subscribe. Ring that little bell and click all, and you'll get more notifications anytime new content comes out.